2 Maccabees 6.
And this first Maccabees 1:1 say, and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian.
Salakia. Now the reason why we're giving you, because what going on here, we're giving you the historical account. Alright, because first again, the Apocrypha, which has a lot of history in it, alright, which was part of the King James, original King James 1611, right, which was wickedly and most wickedly, you know, most malicious thing, yeah, you know, taken out of the scriptures, right? You saw either the so-called white man, all right, because with all the Apocrypha and the scriptures is where you can be able to make the doctrine of devils be substantiated.
That's right.
Right? Where these wicked doctrines could be able to flourish, because why? A great piece of history has been taken out. Because when you go through the scriptures, alright, most notably the book of Daniel, alright, Daniel prophesied of what? Four major empires.
Gone.
Which will be 4 major captivities that the children of Israel would have been victims to. Alright? But the thing is, when you're reading the scriptures, you would read about the Babylonian Empire, you would read about the Medo-Persian Empire, alright? Then all of a sudden they just jump onto the Roman Empire. But what about the Grecian Empire?
Done.
Alright, what about the Grecian Empire? Alright, so we're going into the history here to show you why Paul was making such statements. Right? Why Paul was making such statements what he made. Alright, so go ahead.
Alright, this first Maccabees 1:1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian.
Son of Philip the Macedonian, because these men were Edomites. These men were so-called white people.
And everything was placed here for our learning. Because through this, through knowing that he's a Macedonian, we will link him to the rest of the Edomites.
Of course.
Through the scriptures.
To be more precise, he was an Amalekite. Which goes back to Amalek. Amalek was what? The grandson of Esau.
That's right.
You Christians, you Christians are, you all are weak, man. You all are weak. Go ahead,
Yeah, the Macedonian who came out of the land of Chittim had smitten Darius.
Chittim is nowhere known today now as more than the Cyprus. Go ahead.
Had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes.
Alright, because the Grecians were the ones to take down the Medo-Persian Empire. Or you would say the Persian Empire. Alright? Go ahead.
That he reigned in his stead the first over Greece.
Which was what? He was the first so-called white man to reign over Greece. Alright? Because the true Grecians, or to even go further, the true Europeans were so-called black people of the lineage of Japhet. Alright? The Japhetic people were so-called black people. They were not white people. Right? The real Europeans were so-called black people, but not of the lineage of Shem, nor even of the lineage of Ham. They were of the lineage of Japhet.
Yeah, listen and know of them. Yeah.
Alright? So go ahead,
Alright, first Maccabees 1 and 2. And made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations. Because he was on a serious campaign. Alexander the Great, his campaign lasted for approximately 8 to 10 years in conquering the whole Medo-Persian Empire. Alright? You will read about Alexander in the book of Daniel, chapter, more precisely, chapter 8. Daniel chapter 8. Alright, and you would read about how not only that he was rough boat, but in the way, in the quick succession of how he defeated the Medo-Persian Empire. Alright? The Medo-Persian Empire was consists of what, 120 or 20 something provinces. It was twice the size
twice times the size of America. All the way from India, come straight down, going down to Egypt. Was the Medo-Persian Empire. Alright? Go ahead.
Right? Verse 3, and went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, in so much that the earth was quiet before him.
And so much that the earth was quiet, right? Because why he conquered, he was on a conquering mission, and you know, he had the whole earth, he had the whole known world at that time subdued. Right. Tributaries being paid onto him and these things. This is the history that you Christians don't know about, because you tend to do not care to get the knowledge of it, which will give you a true enlightenment and understanding of what the scripture really is about. You know, where the children of Israel really lie, alright, and where really lie what he brought back. When I say the children of Israel, I'm speaking mainly about what the Gentiles that you all so want to rely on, where everybody could come in and enter this here. No, it don't work so. Where?
Right? In so much that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up.
And his what?
His heart was lifted up.
Right, his heart was lifted up, alright?
Right.
So, right, this is pride, alright? But we want to go through that because when pull it back, you know, brother, you don't mind doing me a favor, boy?
Okay.
Want some water, boy?
You know, I was just thinking of that. You know, I get you water.
Alright, so much appreciated, huh?
I was just thinking of that.
Alright, thank you very much, because
I'm thinking ahead of you. But then I say, you see me in the Bronx, though?
Yeah.
The Bronx, and I see the water, right?
Yeah.
I ain't know they have water over there.
Wherever we can get some water, we will much of it. I know them down the lady selling water.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
I think they are good water.
It's the water.
And then we jump down to
Read up the verse 9 and then they go jump down. Read up the verse.
right? First Maccabees 1 and 4. And he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him.
Which I just spoken about, right? Go ahead.
And after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die.
Go ahead.
Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them.
Right, it was his 4 generals. Alright, go ahead.
Ptolemy, Cassander, Demetrius, and Licinius. Yeah, and 4.
Yeah.
Right, while he was yet alive. Right, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died.
Right? He had a long reign at all within his empire. Alright, go ahead.
And his servants bear rule, every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
After his death is when these men started to take power and their descendants after them. That is when evils really started to multiply upon the earth. Because you see, the thing is, when Alexander came into power, Alexander allowed us to keep our customs. Alright? He allowed us to keep our customs and whatnot, and we didn't really have to pay him no tribute.
So because when he went to Jerusalem, he had the high priest and show him the prophecy. And he liked that.
All he wanted was just that you gave him a little something, and you allowed the men to serve in his military, whatnot, so forth. And he treated us good.
That's right.
You know, we still had managed to keep the customs and whatnot of our forefathers. Alright? So now go down to verse, now continue, right. Salakia.
Verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root.
Right.
Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome. And he reigned in the 100. Right? And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. Right?
So you know
Right, verse 41. Moreover, Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. So what that one spirit thing, that one world
order business.
Yeah. It's nothing new under the sun.
They've been wanting that.
Yeah, they've been wanting
But
a long
they
time.
want it their way.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Alright. And right, verse 43. Yeah, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
Alright, leave off from the laws, the statutes, the commandments, the everything. Alright. Even teach their children the customs and the heathen, leave off, you know. They're trying to leave off the ways of their forefathers.
Right.
Alright, go ahead.
Right, and sacrifice unto idols and profane the Sabbath. Profane the Sabbath.
Go ahead.
For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land.
Right? So where again, the picture that we're painting for you here is this here was the beginning of our Hellenization. Alright? This here was the beginning of Israel being introduced into Grecian customs and what have you, Grecian ways.
That's right.
Alright, go ahead up.
Right, verse 45, and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath and festival days.
And what?
So you know what I say basically going into? They didn't want Jake to repent. Alright? Because what was the burnt offerings and the sacrifices for his sins? So wicked is Edomites, huh?
Yeah, they know his secret. They know his secret.
They know his secret. That's right.
Over your head.
That over your head.
Over them head.
Right. Yeah.
Nah, boy.
Most Jakes didn't understand that.
Nah.
Right?
That's low.
So let me continue here. Verse 46. And pollute the sanctuary and holy people. So that's the pollute Jake. Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols.
Right? Really part is about swine's flesh?
Nah, yeah.
Go ahead.
Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols and sacrifice swine's flesh.
And what?
Sacrifice swine's
And
flesh.
sacrifice swine's flesh. Go ahead.
And unclean beasts. That they should also leave their children uncircumcised
Go ahead.
and make their souls abominable
Go ahead.
with all manner
Go ahead.
of uncleanness
Continue.
and profanation.
Continue.
To the end, they might forget the law.
They might what?
Forget the law.
They might what?
Forget the law and change all the ordinances.
So now go to 2 Maccabees 6. 6 and 6. This is the situation here. That's why Paul had was to speak the way how he spoke. Alright? Where what? There's neither Jew nor Greek, free nor bond. Alright, for we are all one.
Done.
Because why? A lot of our people was following Grecian customs. Alright? When you go, a lot of the books in the New Testament, the book of Galatians, the book of Philippians, the book of Corinthians, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, alright? The book of Colossians, alright? These were literal Greek cities, Grecian cities. When you go and do your historical research on maps, ancient maps, alright, you would see that these were Greek provinces, and this is where, what, give me one time, Deuteronomy 28:64, Babakosha, falling from my yard on. I want, let me see, that's not, let me see, what time is it? Give me James 1 and 1. Give me James 1 and 1. And I will try to see if I can remember anything any more thing concerning 28:64.
Is it one time?
Yeah, bring it out one time.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 64.
Go ahead.
And it reads, and Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou know, neither did nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Alright? There's a situation here. This what he now read here is what was taking place from since back then. Because the curses, we are understand the curses didn't fall on the Israelites just during the days of slavery. The curses fall upon Israel, alright, from the time Joshua, Joshua died and the ones that come under Joshua, right? Because when Joshua died, our forefathers were still keeping up the customs and whatnot have you. But when those people, that generation that came up with Joshua and made that vow with Joshua that they would stick to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, when they passed on, their descendants is the one that started to go off. Alright? And from there is where the curses start to come upon Jake. Alright? So we've been scattered throughout, we've scattered from since ancient time to now.
Go back here, but this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 27. But this actually bring it more home because it's saying, but it be a certain among the heathen. It says, and Yahweh shall scatter you among the nations, and he shall be left you in numbers among the heathens, where that Yahweh shall lead you. And there ye shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell.
Right, and this is what we had read there in not only the concern in Maccabees, yeah, right? So that's coming out something after the 6. Right, 6 after there.
Right, 2 Maccabees chapter 6. Chapter 6 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
It says, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself to at all to be a Jew.
Right? It was unlawful for us to do that. And we will read here what was the punishment for us acknowledging, that's simply acknowledging, that's simply professing our true identity, our true nationality. Continue on.
Right, verse 7. And in the day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint, right, to eat of the sacrifices.
Every time the king celebrating his birthday, this is why you niggas now celebrating your freaking birthday. Because all these things that you niggas dibbing and dabbing in, alright, is what the heathens teach you.
That's right.
Continue on.
Right, and when the feast of Bacchus.
When the what?
The feast of Bacchus.
Feast of Bacchanal, which is right, what you niggas craving for because Rowley lock it off. You niggas craving for it.
Yeah.
You niggas craving for that carnival.
Bacchus is God of
Bacchanal, revelry and Bacchanal.
And drunkenness.
Everything's closed down. Liquor, meat, everything closed down. Go home and
wicked niggas, man. Go ahead.
And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession.
There was what?
They were compelled to go in procession.
Look up the word compelled for me.
And that would procession come with what? And them carnival bands will be going through in procession.
Yeah.
And they cross the stage in procession.
Right?
Compelled, forced to do it.
So you see wickedness. But just that they're not being forced, they like it. But why? At first it was forced, but now they love it. They love the ways that he does.
Yeah, they get to grow into
they love it.
Yeah, the food compelled. Well,
it is compelled that online etymology dictionary app. It say to drive or urge irresistibly by physical or moral force.
Or what?
Moral force.
Right? And it was physically and mentally forced, morally forced to follow these customs, your Christmas, your birthday, your Easter, all these wickedness. You niggas love to deal with your Diwali. Where you niggas learn these things from? From the heathen, from the East Indian, the white man, the Chinese. Yeah? The Selassie and all them nonsense. Where you all learn that from? The heathens. Sit down and smoke a weed and all that bag of nonsense. Continue. Guys are there? You finished with that? Go ahead.
Say 14th century from old French compella was directly from Latin compellere. They say to drive together, drive one place.
To drive what?
To drive one place.
No, to drive together, right?
Yeah,
We got a little piece of again where they was compelled to go in procession.
Right. And when the feast of Bacchus was kept,
Right? Bacchus what goes into the bacchanal to carnival. Go ahead.
the Jews were compelled to go in procession.
To go in procession, to drive together. Whenever you're in a procession, you're going in a whole group and a whole big congregation. You're going down the blasted Congo line.
And the carnival band.
Yeah, the carnival bands, you understand?
Yeah.
Right? So all are we together.
United.
Yeah. That's why you are fuck you niggas up, boy. Go ahead.
They say to drive together, drive to one place of cattle. They say to force or compel.
Right? Right? So read it up.
Right? The Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy.
Carrying what?
Ivy. Which is the plants.
Yeah.
Right? Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighboring cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices.
What the Jews are also to follow the same fashions and partake in the sacrifices. Because when they read in 2nd Maccabees also, I think it's chapter 4, they will read concerning a wicked nigger, a sellout nigger by the name of Jason. Right? Who compelled our people, alright, to follow the greatest fashion. Right? That is why you niggers so good in that is why you niggers like the high you niggas as the perfect slaves in the football stadiums and the basketball court and the boxing rings and all these things, because these things it goes back to Grecian customs. All right, gladiators and all these things. These may come from, right? Because you will read about the sport discus. Discus is not a newly invented sport. You will read about it here right in the Bible. Discuss is what a British sport, right? Yeah, you understand? Right? All these things go back to the what? To the Greek god Olympia, where you get now what? The Olympics. This is where the word Olympics derived from, and this is where the whole right? This is where the whole system of your sporting. The sporting organization and what have you come from. Right? From Olympia, Grecian customs, so-called white man customs.
And the captive.
Right? Go ahead.
Verse 9. And whoso would not conform themselves.
And whoso of the so-called, whoso of the Israelites who would not conform to the wicked customs, and whoso would claim rightfully and boldly and righteously that we are Israelites and we are not stinking Africans.
Proclaim.
You understand? What it is? What?
Right. And whoso would not conform themselves.
That's not. Let me hear this say.
Stinking Africans.
Yes, that's why I say stinking Africans.
Why you say that?
Why I say that? Because we are not Africans and the Africans are stink and the Africans is why you're here.
That's right.
God.
Africa is a white man.
The word African first to begin with. Let's not hold up.
It's related to the land. That was never the name.
Right, so good.
Yeah, but these days when you say African, you're talking about the people.
I'm talking about the people, right? And the people, they are
stinking.
They are nasty. They love to send the head up and count bottom.
You're dealing with the Bible.
And bear it count.
You're dealing with the Bible, right?
Of course.
Okay. You have a scripture telling you.
Let me hear.
You have a scripture telling you, call nothing I make unclean.
call we go into that just now. That's why I
so
said.
how you could call people stinking?
Oh, first to begin with, you again. That is same thing was now
Destroyed for lack of
destroyed
knowledge.
for lack of knowledge. Alright?
Nobody
Humble
calling
yourself.
people
You humble
stinking.
yourself because you're going on. You don't even know who the hell you is.
No, I know who I am.
Where are you?
My name or where I come from or what? We're talking about.
Your
Nationality.
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 Where's your nationality?
I'm a Hebrew Israelite.
Is that how you know you're a Hebrew Israelite? How you know you're a Hebrew Israelite? Tell me.
I'm making my business to find out who I am.
Alright, so which part of the scripture showing you that you're a Hebrew Israelite?
You have to go back in the old, what is called the Old Testament. Okay. And you will see where they're talking about where God says you bless me and thing, and if you don't keep, where you give it to keep, the curses will fall upon me.
Alright, good. Right, so good. So this was, so this,
Yeah, but we can't follow
just
that
now, hold up.
because
Alright, hold up. Just hold up. You hold riding. You hold riding. Give me Isaiah 40 and start from verse 15.
It's Abyssinian.
Right? Give me Isaiah 40 and verse 17. You hold up. Give me 2 Ezra 6 and 54.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 17.
No, start from 15.
15 so like here. It says, behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket and are counted as the small dust of the balance.
Alright, so the nations, the other nations outside of the nation of Israel here, alright, they are just dust. They just make up the balance because the Most High God, He deals with balance, right? Continue.
Continue and he said, behold, he keep up the insults as a very little thing.
Go ahead.
It say, and Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beasts thereof sufficient for a burnt offering. All nations before him as they are as nothing.
All what?
All nations before him are as nothing.
Would they know there's something?
Are as nothing.
No, he loved them.
Are as nothing.
This is word of the Most High God is.
Yeah,
That's now yours now. That's now. That's now. Hold up. Let the scripture talk first and then. Alright? They are what?
They are as nothing, and they are counted to him lesson.
They are counted to him less than what? Less than what?
Nothing.
Less than nothing. Go ahead.
It's a and vanity.
And what?
And vanity.
Where is vanity? Vanity fades away. Vanity is nothing, null, void, nothing.
Expiry.
2 Ezra 6:54. That's now. I'm done here. Scriptures.
Book of 2
Preach up
Ezra.
upon precept.
A man just done it, right? You're not taking back time.
That's now. Hold up. This is a meeting here.
So don't have to go.
I never say to ask.
Go and leave it. Don't listen to it. It's your thing. Don't
I
listen
never
to
say
it.
to don't ask questions. Let the scripture come out. The scripture said,
forget what you just
precept.
read.
Hold up.
I might forget the question. I might forget the question. As he just done it.
That's why I stay focused.
No, that's why I'm telling you the truth about me.
Alright, let me read it back for you.
No, I read it back. I just want to ask something what you just read.
Alright, go ahead. You go ahead and ask the
Why don't
question.
ask a question? Why don't ask a question?
Who it is say the people is less than us?
The Most High God.
Okay, so that gives you the authority to call other people. Wait, listen to me. That gives you the authority. You use dust from the dust. You from the dust of the ground too, right? Okay, so that gives you dust to call other dust. What call that?
Stinking Africans. That's what I call them.
That gives you the
They are
authority.
stinking
I hear
Africans.
you.
They are doo-doo eaters.
Oh gosh, wait, I hear
Go ahead.
you. Hush now, I hear you.
Yeah,
Oh, that
yeah.
gives you the authority. Because God said it's dust. That gives you the authority to call other people stinking.
Of course. Of course.
I hear you.
Of course.
Give me the scripture. Give me the scripture. No. Give me the scripture. So it's not the authority now.
Huh?
Give me the scripture.
I was saying that conversation about the Bible called the Heathen. You know, they are heathens, right? You know these other nations that is our people are heathens. Why? The matter question. Why you all want to sell out the heritage?
I'm selling something.
Also join the heathen.
No, I thought the joint.
What profit?
Mr. You change the
No,
whole
no. What profit it is? What profit it is? Listen to me, brother. What profit it is? What profit it is you calling yourself African?
I never said Africa. You see, I don't know what we're talking about.
What was talking about?
I said I am a Hebrew Israelite.
He's a Hebrew Israelite.
I said I am a Hebrew Israelite.
He's a Hebrew Israelite.
So I want to know what give him the authority to call it.
Most High God give me the authority.
So give me the scripture that.
Bring it out, bring it out.
And in 2 Ezra 6 and 54.
I'm being educated.
It say, after these things, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
Alright? That's the reason. Read it over again. Read it over
Right,
again.
2 Ezra 6 and 54.
Listen, right?
Listen.
Right, listen.
Right, right?
Right, okay.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures,
Yeah, I can't give you that question.
of him come we all.
Of him come we all, right?
From who? From where?
From Adam.
Alright.
Right?
Okay.
Good? You dispute on that fact, right? Good.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And the people, so you've seen a separation there, right? Go ahead.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
He make the world for who?
For our sake.
When you say our, let me see who's the our. Jeremiah 31:35. Go for that one quick. Jeremiah 31:35. Don't stick with that at all. Anybody get a word on kayak?
Are they ready to go? I come too late.
We not ready to go over here.
They've now written it.
Anybody get a word on kayak?
I told them to be sure on the track.
Kayak not wrong, eh? I ain't going through that, eh? Anyhow, we go talk.
This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 31 verse 35.
You know the question I
It says, thus says the
Yes,
This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 31 verse 35.
Well.
Listen, right? Thus says Yahweh, what you say, when we read the right? Thus says the Lord,
Yahweh, that is Almighty God.
right?
And who is Yahweh Shai?
Yahweh is Yahweh's
Christ.
son.
Christ.
Right, which is our
Like
deliverer.
the one the world ignorant
Called
him on the
Jesus.
telly, call him Jesus.
Jesus, right?
No, I can take Christ. You are going to take Christ.
No, you can't. Listen. The reason why, listen, take it happen. The reason why we can't use Jesus and Christ.
No, I didn't say Jesus.
No, listen.
Don't tell me something I didn't say.
Listen.
Tell me about what I said.
Listen. Take time to listen.
Tell me what I said.
We cannot say Jesus and we cannot say
Oh,
listen to what.
I didn't ask about Jesus.
Listen.
About Christ.
Brother. The
Yeah,
Bible.
well, you slow understanding. So,
Brother, listen. Do you know we can't say Christ?
Yeah.
It is because we were under the Greek captivity.
Okay.
Right? And because we were under these Israelites were under this
They have no
captivity,
choice.
our original tongue was forced out of us. You understand what I'm saying? So because our original tongue was forced out of us now, at this time they do not give us back our original tongue, which is the national product, which is the Hebrew, right? So we don't say Christ
I'm supposed to say Messiah.
and things like
if you
that.
want to say the Messiah,
No.
You can say
Who tongue that is? Messiah.
Listen. You gotta listen to what I'm saying. When it comes to his name, you can use the word Messiah, but when it comes to his name,
Messiah is not his name, right?
no, it's my Messiah.
Messiah is a title.
Messiah is
Yeah,
his
so
title.
I'm saying that
President
you use
government.
So
Messiah.
when it comes to his,
he said it's not a problem if you say the word Messiah because it's a
The
title.
president tell me that. And what Messiah mean? The anointed one? Okay, so.
So what is your point?
No, when he tell me about Jesus, I don't use that. And when I come and say,